Monday, everyone.
Hi
We're back.
guys.
We're running 10-ish minutes late, but we're back.
That's okay.
It's all my fault. Emily will tell you we were starting and I was like, why is my video so laggy? And I closed a bunch of tabs and all of a sudden, look at this. Everything is so free. I'm not gonna move too much. Don't
Wait,
want to
actually, it's a lot better now that we're live.
it's so much better.
That's
Well,
so weird.
welcome, Emily. We're on week
Thank
2
you.
now. While we wait for some folks to trickle in here, I figured we can tweet out about this happening. So this is like my new tradition that I do on streams. We have one person tuning in. So exciting. So we'll do a quick pose real quick, and then I'll post the picture, and then we'll be like, hey, we're live. So here, I'm going to do, it's very professional. I hit screenshot, and then we pose. Okay, should we do it?
Yeah, okay, ready?
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay. Okay,
Awesome.
now I'm going to tweet that. In the meantime, Emily, how you doing? How is the Bit project? I'm listening. I'm just, I'm tweeting. But how has the Bit project cohort been going so far?
So far, everyone's doing pretty well. We had some procrastinators, but I can definitely relate to that. But everyone's getting their work done, and I'm really happy about that. Once we get into week 2, things start to get more exciting. So, last week was all about, getting ready, getting used to the tools, creating a first Azure function. Well, now we're going to use those skills and actually apply them to what we'll be doing today. We're going to be creating an Azure function that analyzes facial hair. And Chloe has some awesome pictures.
I'm so excited for this. So, spoiler but not spoiler alert. We've got 10 people tuned in. Hello, 10 people. We're just tweeting right now, waiting for some folks to show up. But yeah, I have some images well, no spoilers, but may or may not stump the Face API. I personally love the Face API. Okay, but I'm going to finish writing this tweet real quick. But Emily, how about while I finish up drafting this tweet out, you tell the lovely humans at home about some of your favorite uses of the Face API that you've seen out in the world, or maybe in some other Bit projects.
Yeah, so actually when I was part of the past serverless cohort, we did a project that was use a Spotify recommendation engine. So you took the emotions from the Face API. It gave you well, you're going to actually do this in your project, but it gives you a valence score. So you have 0.25 if you're happy. Let's say you get 0.65 for excited. There's just a lot of uses you can use for the Face API. And then Chloe actually made a project, and it was it the Mario Kart one?
Yes. So I discovered the Face API through the lovely Suze Hinton, who, if you're not following her on Twitch, she's amazing. She's at NOOP cat, Noop cat. And she showed me all the awesome things you could do with the Face API, like adding, I think the project that we worked on together was adding a crown to someone's head. It's really cool because you basically, once you get the data of where someone's face is in an image, and to give you all an idea, we'll go over all the things you can get from the Face API, but not only can you get facial hair detection, eye color, expression, is this person angry, is this person sad, but you also get the coordinates, like the square box of where the face is. So there's all these cool things you can do with, I'm trying to think, what are some popular memes? You could put the new Bernie meme, you could put that in the background next to someone, like in the foreground maybe. But I made this Mario Kart astrology project, which basically I was playing a lot of Mario Kart and thinking, okay, what does my chosen Mario Kart character say about me as a person? Like, because my boyfriend always plays as Bowser or some of the more evil characters, and I always play as Toad, Peach, all the little cute ones. And I was thinking, okay, this is kind of like astrology, right? What does our Mario Kart players say about us? So I made this project that uses, I should put the banner up here. You can check out information about the Face API at aka.ms/bitprojectface.
Mhm.
But basically, I used cosplay images, cosplay specifically versus animated images, because the Face API, sadly, only works on human faces. Wish it could work
Wait,
on.
that's not true though, because
Well, no spoilers, no spoilers. I
okay,
mean, what
that's
if it's a really realistic face?
yeah, I guess it is pretty realistic.
But yeah, you can check out my Azure. Well, that's actually, sorry, I'm adjusting my light here, everyone, so I don't have alien eyes with the reflection of my ring light in my face. There we go, a little better. But yeah, we're going to be doing an interesting, definitely stay tuned for the whole stream, because we actually, so it's interesting that Emily says that, because
Mhm.
when I first used the Microsoft Face API, I ran into this issue because I wanted to use Mario images. And I quickly realized, oh, I need to use an actual face for this. I can't use the Mario images. So I ended up using cosplay images of the Mario characters to use a human version. But we found out, and I'm curious if we can replicate this. Maybe it was a magical one-time thing, Emily,
Yeah.
but we used an image that may surprise you that it was able to detect a beard on. So stay tuned for that. No spoilies.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I'm
we're
going to
not
finish
just
this
gonna
tweet.
be not just gonna be building it, we're gonna be experimenting with it.
Yes. So while I drop this out, how about you give folks tuning in now a kind of overview of what we'll be doing today,
Yeah.
um, and then we'll get started in a sec here.
Well, I'm just gonna do a quick rundown so we have an idea of what we're gonna do. So the first thing we're gonna do is create an HTTP trigger, which you should have done back in week 1. And then we're going to install some dependencies that we're going to, if you don't know what that is, that's totally fine. We're going to explain that. And then we are going to be using a module called Parse Multipart. And that is a dependency. Once again, if you don't know what that is, we're going to go over that. After that, we're going to be able to start the actual coding. And along the way there, we're going to stop and go over the Face API. And that's what we were going on and on about earlier. But we're going to have to create one in the Azure portal. And we're actually going to make a call to it using Node.js. And after that, the final step is going to be testing our project and making sure it actually works. So we're going to be doing that with Postman. And we'll be making a post request. So that's when we'll be testing out using the images that Chloe has for us.
Sweet. Okay, I'm sharing out the link. Da, 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 da. Almost there. Oh, I gotta tag people in it. Okay. I know this is riveting content, everyone, but we got to get the word out on social media, because, and we should also mention this on the show, because Julia and I were talking about this as well. So
Mhm.
we're streaming this from Bit Project. We're streaming this from my Twitch channel as well. What's really exciting about this round of Bit Project, I think this is the third Bit Camp, I
Yeah,
should
it is
say,
for sure.
is the first two were closed just to students. Like, only the people who are in the program could follow along for these lectures. But now we've opened them up to everyone. So now everyone can learn along about Azure Functions with us. What I need to pick a good emoji for this. Let's see. Let's do a beard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely a beard. Mhm.
beard. We're playing with the Microsoft Face API and more. Will an image of, oh, this is a, okay, spoiler. Shh. Will an image of Ty, that's my boyfriend, on a pancake, well, how do we even say this? Will beard
Well,
detection
on a face on a pancake.
work on an image on a pancake of Ty Smith's face? We should clarify. Tune in to find out. I think that's good clickbait,
It is.
right?
I
Let
mean,
us know in the chat.
it's not even clickbait because we are actually doing that. It's not even an exaggeration.
I gotta use a pancake emoji. Okay. People are gonna be like, what are they doing? Okay. I'm live with Emily from Bit Project for week 2 of Azure Functions lectures. We're playing with the Microsoft Face API and more. Will beard detection work on an image of Ty Smith's face on a pancake? Tune in to find out. Yeah,
I'd click on that.
I'd click on it too. Send tweet. Okay. So let's give it just a minute because I just tweeted that. We might have some people join us. But y'all will see. Oh, I need to share my screen. Okay. So let's real quick while we give it a minute or so before we jump into the stuff here. I'm going to show this Mario Kart astrology project real quick to just kind of give folks an idea of what it is that we're doing. Let's see. I'm going to actually share my screen here in a second. Okay. Oh, I got to get the right blog. Riveting content. I know. Okay. Here we go. Yay. I think. Yes. Okay. Sharing screen. Woohoo. Alrighty.
Awesome.
So, this needs to be updated with some images. Actually, Emily, let's just go to the Microsoft. We'll go to. We'll just go to the portal here.
Okay.
I was going to show this Mario Kart astrology thing just to give some visuals of. There we go. My slides are being a little wonky here. Of what exactly it is that we're going to be doing. So to give a visual for those joining us, you'll see these squares around this lovely, it looks like father and son pair here. So that is some of the information that we're going to be able to get back from the Face API. You can see here there's different things like age detection, different face verification, finding similar faces. So there's so many things we can do with this Face API. And the reason that I share this is especially as the folks, and pretty simple implementation too, but as far as the folks who are joining us from Bit Project, as they start thinking about the projects that they want to build, there's so much you can do beyond beard detection. We're talking like, how does this person feel? Is this person wearing glasses? You could even do, one of my coworkers, Emily, or I should say, did a project that helped watched a video of you, and when you put your hands on your face, because during coronavirus we're not supposed to be touching our face, it would alert you. So there's all these different ways that you can be using this. So shall we dive in? Shall we get started on this thing? I think we're ready.
Let's get started.
Okay.
So the first thing, do you want to head over to the portal? As always, we need to create a function app. So somewhere we can put our trigger in the first place. So Chloe, you can go ahead and create a resource.
Perfect. And this is probably looking familiar from last week.
Yeah,
from last week's. So we're doing a function app. Oh, it's right there. If I fun Creo. Okay. Chloe knows how to spell. We'll just go to this function app right here.
Awesome. Function app. And then once we get that open, we are going to, it's pretty much all the default settings.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty familiar to, so let's do a new resource group for this one. Let's do
Pancake beard.
Pancake beard, yes. Pancake beard. I was like, if this is taken, I'm going to be shocked.
Yeah, that is so true. Well, it's going to be taken now, so, anyone.
Our function app name should be
Analyze beard.
Analyze beard. And we're doing it in code. What about our runtime stack? We're doing Node.js.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do West Coast since I'm over on the West Coast. So we just clicked through a bunch of things. I'm assuming that people who joined us in our last lecture know what this is, but essentially what we're doing is we're making a resource. So we'll be able to have our function app hosted by the specific resource. And that's really all that we did. We're just selecting the location, we're selecting the runtime stack, and then what this will do is create our function for us. Pretty easy.
Awesome. And yeah, if you guys went through week 1, you should have created a function app already, but you can create another one if you want to. I think it'd be better too, because you're starting the actual project.
Okay. So we made our, ooh, I should also change the banner so you can check out, if you're looking for documentation on functions, you can go to that link below. There's a really, really great getting started tutorial. But we're mainly only just using Azure Functions and the Face API today. We're just
Yeah, that's
connecting
it.
those two building blocks together. So
Mhm.
if you do both of these modules, you'll be good to go. Okay, so we're making the function. Our function is boiling, as I like to
Yeah, it
say.
is.
It's coming to a boil. What should we do now?
Well, whenever the function deploys, we can go ahead and install some dependencies. But since that's still going, why don't we start by creating an HTTP trigger from Azure?
Yes. Ooh, I think we got it now.
Oh,
Our resource is
awesome.
ready. Analyze beard is good to
All
go.
right.
Ah,
Okay, perfect.
we
Well,
did
now
it.
let's get started by installing the dependencies then, so we can get that over with.
Sweet. And
So
are
if
we
you
doing
want to
that
go
in
to,
the portal or in VS
no,
Code?
we can do it in Portal.
Nice. Okay.
So you can either search in the search bar or scroll all the way down, but it's called console.
Console. Da, 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 da. There we are.
Nice. And the first command we're going to be running is npm init-y. And that's just basically going to initialize your package.json file where it's going to store. See, look at that. There's the
Magic. Okay,
Yay.
so for folks at home, that was Witchcraft 4. We literally just ran this up here, npm init dash y, and now
Mhm.
we've got all these. We've got it. We initiated it. It's like one of those nice tricks that you can do for your friends who don't know code that well. You're like, I'm a hacker, so.
I just created this file. I just typed a couple characters.
All right, what is next? And just so you know, all of this tutorial, all of this stuff is available for free to do online. We'll be sharing all the resources at the end. So if you want to
Mhm.
if you're more of a visual learner and you enjoy just kind of watching, you can always go through all the tutorials and follow along later. We got
Yeah.
you.
Mhm. Well, the next thing we're going to install is parse multipart. So the command is just going to be npm install and then parse multipart with the hyphen between parse and multipart.
I almost typed that into Twitch. Okay. Nom
Struggles.
npm install
Parse multipart with the hyphen in between parse and multipart.
multipart. Gotta say one thing about these computers is they are not forgiving with my misspelling sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Did
Yep.
that.
Perfect. And all we need to do now, our last command is npm install node dash fetch. And while Chloe's doing that, basically what dependencies are, if you don't know what they are little pieces of code that you can import into your own code that you can use. And that allows you to not have to write extra code. So let's say I wanted to make a fetch call. I want to make a post request. Well, if I install node fetch, then I won't have to write my own code to all the complicated code you need to make a post request. All I have to use is use fetch. And there you go. You got your post request.
Amazing. Sorry, I'm just now paying attention to the chat because I was just so focused on Azure that I was like not even paying attention to the chat. Hello, PJ. Hello, Shrey. Hello, Diana. Love, love that everybody's here. Yes,
Yeah,
stop
she
trying
is.
to make fetch happen, Emily.
I'm trying to make it happen. Okay.
Okay, so we did all our dependencies, and basically we need all of these things to be able to
To
run
run.
the project that we're building. So we're good to go. We did all of
Mm.
the pre-ingredients. Or are there any more, Emily? Are we missing
No,
any?
that's it. That's it.
Okay,
That's
good.
all, the only two models that we do need. All right,
Sweet.
we can go ahead and create a new HTTP trigger then.
So exciting. Okay, I am going to make this a little bit bigger, make our lives easier here.
Mhm.
So let's see, get my Azure stuff open. And since I have, so we're using VS Code here. We've got a couple things going on here for y'all who've never used VS Code here. We're doing a live share. Well, obviously we're sharing live with all of you, but Emily and I are doing a live share. So she's actually writing right in here, as you can see. Very, very useful if you're doing any pair programming. A lot less like, hey, can you go to line 31? And since we are going to be building a function, we can actually build that right in here. So shall we? Shall we make a
Let's go
function?
ahead.
So exciting. So we actually should have our
Oh, there you go. Analyze beard.
analyzed beard right here. So this is all, for those of you who've never used this before, my Azure account is linked up with my VS Code account. So that function that we just created is right in here. And similarly, when we make functions, we're going to be able to just have them sync up with the portal. So the portal is just our online version of all of this.
Yep, it is very cool.
So we got the portal back here. We got VS Code here. We're just working in tandem. Cool. All right. So here's, oops, I'm opening the wrong files here. Here's our functions. We don't have any yet. So shall we make?
Let's go ahead and create one. So
you must have a project open. Okay, so we want to create a new project. No, wait.
Wait, we can open the existing.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do, oh, right, because we already open existing. Oh, no, wait. They mean a project in VS Code. Okay. So, okay, let me close out this. Let's do, so we made this one. Now we are going to, I'm trying to remember last time we did this, Emily, did we made the function through the portal or we did it through here?
We actually did it through here, and then somehow we magically were able to connect it to the
I believe you're right. I think I know what I'm doing now. Okay. This means a VS Code project. It's a little misleading. I'm going to unshare my screen and then share my screen real quick. Now I know what's going on. Okay. So we're making this function. I'm just creating a new project and putting it here.
Just to review what the HTTP trigger does is it triggers when you make a request to it. So, that's obviously why it's called the HTTP trigger.
Yes. So last week in the lecture that we did, okay, now I've got everything under control. Now we got this. Let me actually share my screen here. The only reason I unshared my screen is I didn't want everybody judging me how messy my desktop is because I really needed to delete the screenshots off of it. And it's embarrassing. ADHD is great. But if you joined us last week for the lecture, and if not, those videos are on YouTube. Every time that we hit that HTTP request, we were able to see if it successfully ran or didn't. So when we did that last week, you're probably like, okay, Chloe and Julia, like, why do we care? This is literally just a website that has words on it. And when we go to it, the cloud is like, yay, this will make a lot more sense now to y'all, hopefully.
Yes, it will. You'll see that a lot of things I feel like in tech is you don't realize how helpful they are until you actually need it.
Yes, exactly. Let's see. So we're doing JavaScript and
HTTP trigger.
HTTP. So what we're doing right now is literally the equivalent of what you would do in the portal to do this. We're just doing it through VS Code. So this is also just an integration that we have like with Azure Functions. So what should we name it?
Ooh, fun. Pancake test.
Pancake test for sure. If you're wondering why we're saying pancake test, you'll find out in a moment.
Very exciting. We got a question here.
So, yes.
VS Code. So is VS Code giving prompts for Azure?
Yes. So this is all. So the way that I have this set up, I'll show you in just a second. It'll make a lot more sense. But I'm logged into my Azure account through VS Code, and then if you check out last week's stream, which I can link in the chat here in a second, we actually, with Julia, installed a bunch of VS Code extensions that like live server, gosh, what else did we, if we open up that tutorial.
Azure, I think you guys installed Azure, right?
Azure, live share, I think was already in there, but yeah, this is all, it's giving prompts for Azure. So literally all of the prompts here, I'll just show you for the gym. Love that name, by the way. So the same way that I would go into the portal this way and create an actual Azure function, we're literally just doing this, but through the VS Code extension for Azure, or is it the Azure Functions extension? They're like running together for me. But yeah, that would basically be like the equivalent of me going in here, making a function app, and like going through these steps and creating it. So we're literally just doing it through here. And we're making it a function. We'll open it in the current window. And look at this witchcraft. Look at
Oh
this.
no, it says you ended the current collaboration session.
Oh, you know why? Because this is now the one we want to collab on. So I will share this up to you. Oh no, don't look. Okay, nobody saw that. Good. I was like, everybody's gonna share on this. Okay, I'm putting it in the private chat.
That would be chaotic.
Everybody join the party in my live share. Shout out to whoever built the UI that doesn't actually show the I'm sure that was because of what I literally just did. Yes, now you should have the live share. Thanks for the great question, Jim. Yeah, that is a feature that I really, really like. And when I realized that I could do it, that I was like, what? So I should put the Azure Functions.
And it's a lot easier to commit to GitHub if you do everything.
And also, and we'll show you all this in a moment, but just to have like, I think that the portal can be really, really helpful for more visual learners sometimes, but obviously since we're like programming in VS Code and we want to use the terminal and everything, I think this is a lot easier. You'll notice that when we go back into the portal, once we sync it up together, that they'll be read only on the portal side. The functions will be. We'll show you what that is and everything. That'll make a lot more sense in a second. Let me move Jim's question here. Okay.
All right, I'm joining right now. So you might be able to see my cursor soon.
I'm going to close some tabs here.
Both of our computers are running slow today.
I feel like the amount of tabs I open represents, my life at the moment. And I do have a lot of tabs open in my brain, so that checks out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I saw this video where this lady was like, my mind is like my browser. I have 17 tabs open, 3 of them are crashing, and
relatable.
Yeah, 2 of them are playing videos or something like that. I forgot when I saw that.
What would mine be? It'd be like 500 tabs open, 2 VS Code instances.
Oh, 4 of them are YouTube videos playing at the same time.
Yeah, I've got Quibi open. No, I'm just kidding. So you can see we just made this lovely function and it made all of these files over here for us, which include our functions, our index.js, even the get ignore file. So it just created that basically as a nice little template for us. And this is the exact same template, y'all, that we had last week. So when we just made that HTTP trigger, this is the exact same code. Same thing. Very same thing. Hopefully this is connecting.
My VS Code is still loading, so I guess we can get started. The first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make some initializing statements. And remember those npm packages that we installed? Well, we're going to use them now. So Chloe, if you want to, we're going to be typing in these 2 statements. I wish my VS Code would load.
Here, did I actually share it with you? Let me make sure I actually shared it with you. 1 second. Because it says.
You did. I don't know. It's just thinking.
Oh no. I just clicked go live. I'm not going to do that. I clicked live. I was like, go live. I was like, oh no, that's live server. Okay. There we go. Okay. So.
It's running. Okay.
Is it working now?
First thing we're going to do is import some modules that we just installed actually.
Sweet.
So it's going to be, we're going to do it at the very top too. So, finally it loaded. I can type now. So usually when you're importing packages that you're going to need, these npm dependencies that we just installed, make sure to do it at the top just so and you can, actually see stuff. So what I've just put in here are, I hope these look familiar, have your parse multipart and your node fetch. So these are the two things that we just installed in the console, and we are requiring them here, so we're going to be able to use them.
Perfect.
And Chloe, let's take a look at this function. So actually, we're not really going to need any of this template-y stuff here for now. We can just get rid of that. Then we're going to keep the context.log because that's kind of, just tells us that the function's actually running and, everything is going smoothly.
And we can even change that text to say whatever we want. We can be like, this pancake is good. Like for Shania Bot, we have Let's Go Girls as our console.log just for fun. But of course, this one probably makes the most sense.
One word.
Yes. A pancake. We love.
All right. Well, now we're going to be working with the Parse multi-part module first. And the first thing we're going to receive is the body. And you can see that we're going to be getting this body attribute from this rec, the request variable that here, the parameter that we received from the async function. And once we've got that variable, we are going to be getting yet another one. And this one's going to be called boundary. And just quickly, I'm going to copy paste this gibberish here, and this is not part of the code. But this is just to give you guys an idea of what the request looks like.
Ooh, okay. So,
I know.
and this is, okay. So when we say get boundary, let's explain what a boundary is for folks. So is boundary the face, the coordinates of the face that we're trying to get?
Oh, no, we haven't started working with the Facie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
this is just we're just processing the image. So once someone makes a post request to our HTTP trigger, we have to somehow, get all that data together. That's a lot of bits and pieces.
Yes.
So this is kind of what the computer gets. And this is the boundary that we're getting, this little line of gibberish here. Let's get rid of that because we're not going to be using, that's not code.
That's the behind the scenes.
Yes, that is behind the scenes. Exactly.
That's as Julia and I mentioned last week, the Mike TV part where like when you go up into, it's when we get the picture and we put the picture through the beer generator, like the chocolate machine in Charlie.
Yeah.
Or is it Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory? What's the movie called? Anyway, y'all get the metaphor from last week.
And next, another variable. And we're basically just taking body, which we just defined, and boundary. And now we're combining that all together using the multi-part module. You see here, multipart.parse.
Yes.
And we're creating parts out of that.
Okay.
Yeah, and don't worry if this is all confusing. It's just a block of code. Honestly, in the real world, all you have to do is Google. Somebody has already written the code for you. You copy paste it in. You're done.
But it's important to go over these things though, because like as PJ, who I think is joining us, can attest to, there's a lot of kind of assumed knowledge, and we are here to just break it down for you. Because it's important to understand all the pieces of your code, even if you are just copying and pasting from Stack Overflow, which everybody does all the time.
It's so good to understand what's going on.
One of my favorite swag items I've ever gotten was a sticker. I want to say it was from Dev too. That was this, like the O'Reilly books, and it's got the animal with like the how to do blah, blah, blah. It was a koala, or no, a sloth, and it said copying and pasting from Stack Overflow in the font of O'Reilly. And I was like, this is relatable.
That's so true though, but everyone does that, so it's okay. Yeah. So basically, what you get from parts is this array. And since we're only receiving one image, we only need to get the first thing in an array. So if you know JavaScript, you have the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Getting the first thing, so it's 0.
0. Perfect. So we could technically, and if we build an app in the future or something, we could take multiple images at once and then maybe return the best beard data out of all of them. But we're only doing one for this one.
Yeah. For now, we're keeping it simple. Well, actually, guess what, Chloe? We are actually done for now with the Parse multi-part module.
Oh my gosh, we did it.
Very exciting. But now we need to create the Facie API resource.
Okay, I know how to do this part. I'm excited. This one I will not have to copy and paste from Stack Overflow. Although I don't have it memorized.
Copy paste any great one, so.
Okay, so we need some information for that, don't we? I would assume. Probably. We have to make our resource for the Face API.
Yes, we do.
So back to the portal, fam. We're going back. Okay. So you may remember this portal from earlier. We used it, of course, to make our analyze beard function. Now, what are we going to make, Emily?
We're going to make a Face API that we've been talking about for this entire
stream. We've been hyping it up the whole stream. Oops, but we want it to be face, right? Let's see. This one. Very easy to recognize. Got this nice little face here. And we're going to click create. And we're going to use that same resource group from before. What did we name? Pancake? Pancake beard. Great.
Oh, that's in sync.
And I'm going to do region as West US2 again. What should we name this instance? How about
Pancake Face?
Pancake Face. Yeah. We've got a naming theme here.
Trend.
Pancakes, so hot right now. People are like, why are they talking about pancakes? You'll find out in a second.
It might be confusing right now, but you'll get it.
I promise it'll be worth it. Okay. My computer's running a little slow. Gonna close some tabs in a second here, y'all. I promise it's not Azure being slow. It's just my poor little computer that could. Okay. So while we create that.
Yeah, so there's actually an important step we have to take now. And they're called keys. And basically to authenticate, to let the Face API know that, hey, our function can talk to you. It's safe to do that. We're going to be putting the Face API key in our environment variables inside of the function app. And since that thing's kind of secret, you don't want to go around sharing your key, Chloe's going to be putting that in while I show it with the keys hidden.
Yes, and we'll show you where to get it in just a sec. Sorry, y'all, my computer is throwing a mini tantrum. Probably because it's just too much awesomeness on the stream. But once this cognitive service, come on, little computer, our deployment was complete. Amazing. So I am going to go to my resource. I think this should be fine. We don't see those values unless
we don't see it unless you click show.
Okay, so our resource has been made, Pancake Face, and as you can see here, it's got all these lovely instructions on how to get the API and everything. We are now going to go to Emily's view of the screen, and while she talks about that, I'm going to be entering my own keys. So, I'm going to unshare.
All right, let me zoom in a little because it's kind of small. All right, so what you see here, this is my own Face API resource that I created a while ago. And you can see here, I clicked on keys and endpoint, and I was able to reach this page. This is very important. Do not share your keys. This is not something to flaunt. You're like, hey.
That is why Emily is sharing her screen right now, because I do not want to share my key with y'all, because then y'all are going to use my key to do things. And we don't want that. That's bad. But Emily, where do we put, so we're getting this key from the Microsoft Face API. We made a Face resource, and we're going to put that key into our Azure function. Is that where we're entering these keys?
Yes, that's where we're entering it. So basically what's happening is, one way you could do it is you could put it straight in your code. You could say key equals whatever your key is. But that's not good practice, because let's say you commit it to GitHub. then it's public. Everyone
Yeah.
can see the key. You don't want that to happen.
Who among us has not accidentally posted their API key somewhere only to get racked up in a bunch of weird usage of your API key? And this goes for everything, y'all. This goes for gosh, if you're doing any live coding, even beyond Azure, like this goes for like making a Twitter bot online, anything like that, where you have these special keys. Like those are your two. It's like your padlock and your key. Like you send those two things out, and it's like your credit card info. Actually, that's a good way to think about it, Emily. Right? Like
Yeah.
your credit card info and that 3-digit key. If that goes out on the loose, ugh. So
I mean,
think of it that way.
there's a key for a reason,
Yes,
the purpose.
absolutely.
You don't want to give your house key to the public.
You do not. So as we're talking, and I'll show this. Actually, I can just show it right now real quick so people see what I'm doing, then I'm going to hide it. So basically what I've done, y'all, to give you an idea of where I am at in here. So I am here. Da, 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 da. Share my screen. So I'm just in the Analyze Beard Azure function, and I've scrolled down. So we're in Portal for this. We can also do this in VS Code, but we're hopping between the two to kind of show you both of them. But I'm going over to configuration, where I can set up the names of these, the names of the configurations that I want, and then I can change the value in here. And that way it's super secure. Like Emily said, I'm not going to accidentally, commit this to GitHub or anything like that. But while I enter these in, this is like the infomercial part where we're like, set it and forget it, or we go to the already cooked brownie. But what are my names for these two items,
So,
Emily?
the first one is going to be endpoint, which is whatever your endpoint is. So it could be like, I think it was pancakeface.cognitiveservices.azure.com, something like that. So you're going to name that one endpoint.
And that's just lowercase endpoint. Okay.
And then your second one is going to be subscription key with camel case. So the key K in key is going to be capitalized.
1 second. Grab my endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Da, 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 da. Okay. Putting it in here. Got my endpoint. Ta-da. Okay. Now I'm doing another application setting, which, sorry.
No problem.
What did we name that one?
Subscription key with camel case. So
and is that all caps?
No. K is going to be capitalized. That's the only letter capitalized. Let me zoom in a little.
Magic. Description. And getting these is key. The reason I'm asking for clarification on case sensitivity and everything like that is how many times, y'all, speak up in the chat if this is you, have you just like banged your head against a wall being like, why isn't this working? And it turns out that you just like had the wrong case. Always wait, what was it? Sorry, subscription.
I've done that way too many times.
Subscription key. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm putting my key in. Key number 1. I'm like double checking, make sure I'm not sharing my screen. Now we have 2 keys here, Emily.
Yeah, we do.
Why would we need 2 keys?
Well, actually, if you were to use it with like multiple applications, I think if you were building 2 apps, you could, let's say I wanted to build I had a face on a coffee cup that I wanted to test out. So that could be a separate application. You can use that key for something else. And honestly, if you're a student and you're trying to debate between, which key should I use? It doesn't matter. They both work.
Yeah. Let's see. So we needed to put in, we put in the endpoint, we put in the, oh, you know what? This is good that I double checked this. So we need the subscription key, and then what was the other one?
Endpoint.
Endpoint. And the endpoint key, we get our subscription key from the overview. No, sorry, I'm going back here. You can't even see what I'm doing.
Key 1 or key 2.
That is subscription key. Yes. Okay. Yeah. See, I'm not trusting my short-term memory ADHD here because I'm like, did I put the right key in the right endpoint? Don't trust myself. Okay. So I've got our subscription key in there. And then I've got the endpoint in there. What am I missing? I'm missing I
think that's it.
That's it.
All you need is the endpoint and the subscription key.
We did it, fam. Okay, so now I'll share
Amazing.
my screen again. Look at that. Beautiful. We've got the endpoint,
And
we've got the
flawless,
subscription key,
flawless, flawless
analyze
transition.
weird function app. Okay, now what?
Yep. Now we can get on to coding again.
My gosh. Okay, we're
Okay.
back in VS Code.
So actually now we are going to create a new function. And this is going to be an async function. So we're going to
Okay.
call it analyze image because what we are passing in is actually an image. Surprise.
Da, 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 da.
And as usual, just like how we immediately started using our modules, we're going to immediately start using what we just put into the function configuration settings. So if you see here, I just copy pasted some two statements. And all that's doing is saying that subscription key is equivalent to whatever key we put in here. And good thing I checked this because we named it differently. So,
Yes.
so
Also, quick shout out. I think I just got my first subscriber. Thank you, whoever that is. I'm so excited. Sorry, I do not have another Twitch panel open right now because I am on my little laptop that could right now. But I believe we got rated and we've got a subscriber in here. So yay, thank you for joining. And thank you, new subscriber. I will send a whisper message to you because I don't have all my stuff configured yet, but that's so exciting. Okay.
That's awesome.
Back to the real important stuff. I'll focus on the other stuff after this stream. Okay.
That's okay. It's equally exciting.
So you'll notice that was a really, really good catch on Emily's part here because just like we were talking about earlier, super important to make sure that whatever key that you put into the Azure portal or in your endpoints matches. So good catch. We would have been like, why isn't this working?
Like, why doesn't this work?
We did it. Okay, so we've got our subscription key and our endpoint. So those are going to be just constant for us since we need those in order to run it.
Yeah, we're going to need those. So we're actually going to be using these when you are making the post, the post request to the Facie API, which is what we're going to be doing next.
Yay.
So now we're going to have another initializing. We're going to initialize another constant. And this time we are actually using the endpoint we just imported from the environment variables.
Sweet.
And all this is doing is saying it's kind of concatenating these strings together. So you have the endpoint, and we are making the specific request to the face detect part. And you can find all of this in the face API documentation. So like Chloe, if you want to, do you have the
yes, I do. Let me change it. Da 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 da. Let's go. Oh, I was like, where did all the stuff go? It's because I zoomed in on my own computer. This is riveting content. Okay, here we go. Bit project face. Is that what we wanted? That link here? Sorry.
No, that's right. That's right. Okay. So you can go there, and there's plenty of documentation on where to make requests. Yep.
And that will take you. So just to give y'all on some info on what that looks like, let's see, aka.ms/bit project will take you to this lovely link here, where it will literally walk you through all the steps of what the Face API is, the types of face data that you can get. Again, we're just using one element of it, which is beard detection. Very important work that we're doing here. But this is, as you can see, I did this module. It's a great module. Definitely check it out. Okay, back to the code.
So now we're going to be defining yet another variable that we're going to need. And this time it's going to be called params. And if you aren't really familiar with HTTP requests like parameters, headers, I suggest you go watch some videos on that. And if you are doing the GitHub Learning Lab, that's with Bit Project, it has like links to resources and explanations of what those are. So if you're confused, I suggest check that out.
If you have a link to that, Emily, I can drop it in the chat, or I can even scroll it across the bottom. Are we able to share that to people beyond Bit Project? I feel like yes.
Yeah, we can. Let me get the Learning Lab link, actually.
In the meantime, let us know if you have any questions. I know we got a bunch of people who joined us from Arraid, it looks like. So welcome to people who are joining us. Welcome to my first subscribers. So exciting. What a time to be alive. I'm like, so y'all, to give you some an idea here, I am getting a new laptop with all the bells and whistles, so my poor little computer here's fan doesn't blow over my computer while I'm live streaming. So coming soon, lots of fun sound effects and interactive features. But yeah, so excited. While you do that, I'm gonna open up. Da, 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 da. Okay, here we go.
Well, so there's Chloe, I just put the link to the GitHub Learning Lab in the chat in case anyone wants to check that out.
Perfection. Yes, I'm gonna drop that in here. Someone said, wow, the light behind you says hello. Your last stream, I swear it said hell. Yeah, that was because I had a stuffed animal in front of it, but I do like that. Okay, here's the link. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's right. It links weird. Let me put it over in this tab and then put it over here.
So basically what the parameters are is just telling the Face API that we want facial hair. We're saying face attributes must be facial. We want that kind of data. If we wanted emotion, it would be something like facial emotions. I'm not sure what that is. You would have to check the documentation for that, but that's how it's kind of like setting an option, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to put this in all the destinations. This is the link. I'm putting this in the chat, y'all, but I'll also put it up on the screen here. This is the link for the Learning Lab. It's kind of long, though, so I put it in the chat. It's, okay, maybe it didn't post all of them. So, but we'll make sure to post that in the show notes as well. All righty. Cool. Okay. So where did we leave off? We've got our endpoint.
Define the parameters. So yeah, so what we're going to be putting into the post request. But now we're at the post request now. And it's okay if there's like, it just looks like a giant blob, it doesn't make a lot of sense right now.
Actually, you know what? Might make a little bit of sense. Let's show them. Here, let me bring this up real quick. I'm going to show what it looked like in that Mario Kart project because that might make a little bit of sense.
That's a great
idea. Mario Kart astrology. I always feel very silly Googling my own stuff because it's always such silly projects. Okay, let's find this actual post here. Okay. Let's see. Mario Kart astrology. There we go. Okay. Here is this, y'all. I will link this in the chat as well for folks to check out. I'll do that right now. Here is this in the chat. Maybe. So to give you an idea of what this data kind of looks like, so just like Emily said, it kind of spits out to us in a interesting way. There's, of course, ways to clean it up and make it look really nice. But similarly, so for this one, I had an even crazier parameter situation here where I was returning age, head pose, smile, emotion, hair, makeup, accessories, facial hair. That may be all of them, actually.
Oh, I didn't know you could detect makeup. That's crazy.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You can get pretty specific with this thing. So from this image here, running this, it spits out, just like Emily said, all of this like gobbledygook, right? Here, let me make this a little bigger. Can I make it bigger? If I just click on it, right? Okay. Well, I'll just scroll through. You get the idea. This is a lot of like, it's just like getting a JSON request back or something. But breaking that down, it's going to return a couple things to us. The face ID, which is the ID of the individual face that's going to be on the page. So in this case, we would get 2 face IDs on an image like this. It's going to return the face rectangle, which will return a little something like this, width, top, height, left, so those four corners of the face. The emotions, which are done in a decimal system here. So from this one, we see that there's a lot of happiness in this particular image. So it basically spits it out like this. Here it is a little bit cleaned up. It has the confidence sometimes, how much facial hair there is, you'll see in a second. And then, yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to show there. But we promise it's not just a bunch of like binary and numbers and letters. It's actually information about. It's very important information, like sideburns. Okay.
Yeah, that's very important.
Very, very important. And hair color, which was really fun with cosplay images. Okay, back to the code. Now you have a little bit of context here.
Yeah, so now you know, kind of what the thing actually spits out. It might make a little bit more sense. All we're doing here is we're creating the URL. So we just made the URI base earlier, and all we're doing is we're adding on the parameters that we created over here, the facial hair. And we're telling it, hey, we want to make a post request. And usually when you're making a post request, you always have something in the body. If you don't have something in the body, then it's probably a GET request.
Yes.
So we're posting the image here. And the image is going to be the person's face that we want to analyze.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. And headers, we're just giving it the key so it knows that we are actually authorized to use this Facie API resource. We are not some stranger that wants to, use it.
Don't do it.
So. And now we're on the final stretch. We're almost there.
Gosh, so exciting.
So now that we have made the post request, we got to do something with the response, right?
Yes.
So what we're going to do is messy code. We don't want that. What we're going to do is we are going to await the JSON, and that's because it's an async function. We want to wait until the result comes back. And once it does come back, we are going to return the data. And Chloe, that's the data you were showing earlier with all the hair color, the face.
I do love data.
Oh, okay. So we got a question.
Oh yes. Sorry, I can't minimize my screen for some reason.
Okay.
Let's see. There we go. This one. Obviously, you don't want to share your secret on stream, but where are you storing it? That is a great question. So if I can get this to minimize here, we're actually saving that in. Okay, I'm going to share your screen for.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I can minimize it. There we go. So we are saving that inside of here. So we got I was like, watch me click this and I'm sharing it. That would be so embarrassing. So we grabbed these endpoints from words, Chloe, our cognitive services API from the Face API. And then in here, we're just under configuration in the portal. So this is the Azure portal. We could also technically, and I actually think once we sync this, it will update for us. But we can also put those in the project itself. But to make them extra secure, and because we're doing this on a live stream, we put them inside of this configuration area. But great.
Yeah, so if you were doing it like in a project not on Azure, you can do a .env file. And yes, it is kind of like a Lambda function.
It's basically like Microsoft's version. It's the Azure version of like an AWS Lambda function. To give you an idea of like other projects I've built with this, I have like a fake boyfriend app that I built with like
that one's good. I really like that one.
Very similar to an Amazon Dash button. Really, it's the same functionality. It's a function at an HTTP thing endpoint, I should say. Very technical thing, Chloe. Okay, so we are over here.
Awesome. So what we've basically done is we've received the output from the post request.
Yes.
And now all we have to do is we're actually done with this analyze image function.
Great.
Because what it's doing is we're giving it an image. It's
oops, I've added an S. I was trying to save it and I added an S. Ignore me.
I do that a lot too. But what it's doing is it's making the post request with that image, and then it's going to return the data that we need, the beard data.
Yes.
And all we need to do is to call the function in our module.exports. And for those of you who don't know, module.exports, Chloe, if you want to scroll up a little so you can.
Yes.
Perfect. So I just added this statement right here. Module.exports is kind of like the default function that automatically runs when you call the function.
Yes.
Yeah. So once we get this analysis, what's going to be stored in here is the data. So like beard, sideburns, hair color, stuff like that.
Awesome.
And this is our very, very last piece of code, I promise. And all we have to do is return. I don't know why my computer is not being nice to me today.
Mine's being laggy as well. I think computers are just like telling us that they're like, go chill.
Yeah, go outside. But what's happening here is you're returning the analysis back. And this is what's going to print out when you make a post request to this endpoint. So
Okay.
in the body, you're going to receive analysis. And this is just telling Azure Functions that, okay, we're done, guys. That's it. Nothing else. We've completed this run through.
The project has been done.
Mhm.
Amazing. Beard detected, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. And the analysis variable is all of the information that we're getting from analyze image,
Correct. Yep. That's
which
everything.
is this, which we're only getting facial hair on this one. We could, of course, add other things if we want to,
Yeah,
but
we could get makeup.
I don't think the images we're using will have makeup, so we'll just keep it to beard this time.
Beard is already very exciting.
Okay, so that is all the code, right?
Yeah, that is all the code.
And now we just need to sync this up with our, wait, is there anything else that we need to do before we do this? I want to say no.
Yeah, I think
Just
that's
go
it.
for it. And then, so when we run this, how will we run this? How do we get that image? Like, we're just going to basically have that image to run with our HTTP request.
Yeah, we're going to test it using Postman. And
So exciting.
yeah, we're going to post it to the function endpoint. And then it's going to run the code. So it's going to take the image in, use parse multipart to parse the image out, and then it's going to make the post request to our Face API resource, and then finally it's going to return all the data, all the beard data.
So exciting. Okay, so let's sync. Oops, I'm not making a new folder. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick and then share it again so my computer stops throwing a tantrum. But yeah, y'all, basically all we have to do now is we are just going to deploy to our function app. And
not a function. I mean, not a function, a question.
oh, yes, a question. Are you enforcing a confidence threshold for facial hair? Like, how do you know when you have a full beard versus a 5 o'clock shadow? That is a great question. When we get the data back, it's going to give us a confidence scale, which the image, one of the images that we're using for that, I think will answer your question because we've got beard confidence. Well, to be fair, if I had a beard, I would feel confident all the time.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. But we're using a couple different images of my boyfriend with longer and shorter beards and a special pancake beard one that the confidence will be very interesting when we get that return.
I hope it works again.
Cool. So I am just literally getting this set up here. I'm just deploying this to, here, I'll share my screen here. Da, 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 da. Okay, so literally I'm just deploying this inside of VS Code. We already have a function that we're, wait, which one are we doing? Analyze beard. That's right.
Yep.
And we're going to deploy this. We don't have anything to overwrite because we didn't have a function in there. So this is just deploying to the cloud, the beautiful cloud. I can now see people were saying it looks like this says hell. Maybe I see it now when I lean over.
I think that's kind of funny.
I love it. It's like the this is fine dog. Let's see, deploy anyway. There we go. Okay. We got it.
All right, Chloe, we got another 2 questions, and
We got
they're both
more.
pretty interesting. I think we
Is
should.
this a VS Code Azure extension?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I believe it's just the Azure Functions Azure extension.
Mhm.
And is the pancake picture had syrup on it, would it be detected as makeup? That is a great question. Maybe like a highlighter, a glow?
Yeah, like if you had it on the, up here, or
You
if
know,
you had on the lips too, be lip gloss.
I'd be curious. So I don't know if anybody else has seen this TikTok that's out there. There's like a really fantastic TikTok by this person named Ray, I believe, who's done machine learning algorithms on drag queens and drag queen makeup. So I'm
Mhm.
always fascinated when APIs have makeup detection. I'm like, this is a use case that I'm very interested in. This says, I think you need to spray your boyfriend with syrup to test out this use case. Unfortunately, as you'll see from this image, there's a lot of explaining to do with this pancake image, but I do not have a pancake printer, unfortunately, in my own use. It was something in Thailand, but that is a great idea. Okay, so let's, this looks like it was successful. Let's
That's
just
awesome.
show the folks at home.
Behind the scenes.
So before, we didn't have any functions in here. Now, oh wait, I gotta save this.
Yeah,
Important.
that'd be a good idea.
Make sure that you save. Otherwise, I would have had to just redo this.
Well,
Everyone's
at
like,
least Azure told you,
yeah.
so you remember.
See, what a great product. It told me that I was about to ruin my life. So yeah, now that's saved in there. Yay. And now if we go to functions,
We should see something in there.
please. Oh, it worked. We knew it would work. We practiced it before,
Yeah.
but it worked. So that function, y'all, that we made in VS Code is now convenient. And the way that I did that, just because I didn't show that first part, and someone was asking about the function. So literally, I just went to my function here. I right-clicked it, and I did deploy to function app, and then clicked through all the
And we
things for
already
that.
had a function app, so
Yeah,
all I had to
because
do is
we're
select it.
professionals. So
Yes,
now what do we
yeah.
do? We go,
Industry professionals.
do we just hit this then? No.
Yes. Wait, do you want to show them the code, how it appears in the portal too? So if
Yes.
you, functions,
So if you click on
pancake.
this, you will not be able to, so obviously we haven't executed it yet, so it's going to have, but we have all of this information here. That's pretty much all you need to know until we
You can
get
click on code plus test, I think. Do you see on the left? And
yes.
there you go. And then you'll see here it says blah blah. You can't. This is only read permissions. Can't write. It's
Ah,
invisible.
refresh. How dare you, Azure Functions. In
Oh wait,
this
it's because
time.
you haven't selected a file, maybe.
Oh, hold on. Let me
Maybe.
click back. Probably because my computer is running slow right now, to be honest. We'll go back.
Well, I mean, it's in there. I mean,
Just need a little nap. It's
yeah.
fine, y'all. We'll be good. Just shh, shh, shh. I'm like, this computer. Okay, here, I'm gonna hard refresh this real quick.
Okay.
But we saw it in there. It exists, but it's gonna be read only because we are editing, of course, from here. So give it a little sec. It's just need a little nappy.
Yeah, it's just.
Probably just
Well,
my.
while you're doing that, well, I mean, while the function's loading, we can get Postman up and running.
Yes. Okay. So what are we doing with Mr. Postman?
I think you installed it last time, didn't
Oh,
you?
I did. We do have it. Can't wait to get my new computer. Hold on. I'm going to actually click back in here real quick. I think I have an
And
idea
for
of what.
those of you who don't have Postman, you can download it. You can get the web version and then download like the desktop router. Not router, what am I talking?
Desktop
But
app.
yeah, desktop. And then it'll basically allow you to make requests, HTTP requests, post, get, anything you need. And it's really useful because if you don't want to use like curl or any of those commands on the command line, it's a nice user interface to have.
Okay.
Oh wait, where did our
Am I
function
clicking on
go?
the wrong one? It's a mystery for the history. Hold on. That's
It
what
was
we were working on.
literally there. Like I
It was
literally saw it.
I saw we have the tapes.
It,
We
it was
have
there.
it was there. Maybe we need to sync it again. That's very strange.
That's
That's
crazy.
weird. It's a haunted ghost function. We have the clip. We can go back to the clip. We saw
Yeah,
it there.
it's recorded. We can go back in there.
What the heck? Okay, let's refresh it. See if that. No,
I think maybe you just need to deploy it again.
maybe. That's weird. Okay, well, let's try it again. We'll do it again. Okay. Love when mysterious things. Oops, not to web app. Ugh! Escape. Okay. There we go. Okay. Deploy to function. Analyze beard. Deploying instead of to change. Wait, instead of selected folder pancake test.
What?
Okay. I don't trust it, Emily. Okay, let's see.
What is it doing?
We saw it.
Yeah, it was there, and then it just
Okay.
disappeared.
Does it have to do with version, maybe?
I mean,
I feel like we clicked through that last time and it worked. Let's see what happens.
worst case scenario, we create it manually and the copy paste the code in.
Well, this is a ghost function, y'all. Maybe we're going to have two now and it'll be like an absolute mystery.
Yeah.
I bet it's just because it's hung up on that page. Okay, we're going to figure this out. What's going to happen? What's happening? Output window. Let's check the output window. Things are happening. Okay.
I mean, it
Failed!
Oh,
Wow. Okay, let's see.
error has occurred.
Interesting,
I think it
interesting.
had something to do with the path where it was saying like.
Okay. It will work. We will get this to work, y'all. Give us a sec. I saw it.
It was in there. I saw it.
100% in there. Okay, let's refresh it again. And I'm going to close
Yes,
out.
very unhelpful cloud error logs.
The heck? Okay, well, we can make it in here if we want to, but I know that I saw it in here.
Yeah, and it worked before.
Actually, we may have a previous one that we can look at as a backup now that I'm thinking of it.
That's true.
Okay, give us a sec, y'all. Isn't this beautiful? Okay. We're going to do it. We're going to figure this out. Maybe it did have something to do with the version. Let's see. So this all worked last time. Famous last words. We are deploying to the function app.
Yeah.
We're using Analyze Beard. Ooh, let's do this. What does this say? Instead of selected folder pancake test, use Azure Functions to deploy subpath to change this behavior. Okay, I'm thinking it's that.
Yeah, it is. I think so too.
So I'm going to click cancel on this. Wait. I click cancel on that thinking that I was going to be able to see that. Okay. Deploy to function app. Source, Azure extension. Okay. So this has to do something with the Azure Functions extension. I think it's because I know what this is. Okay. Let's manage. Okay. I'm going to unshare my screen for a second and fix this. I think I know what happened here.
Okay, got it.
It's because we created pancake test and
inside of
we made a separate folder, which I believe what we should be doing here. Are you sure you want to deploy to Analyze Beard? Okay, deploy. We saw it though with our own 2 eyes. Okay, deploy anyway. Let's see.
I think it's working.
I'm glad that we had that footage.
Yeah, it was in there. It's recorded. You saw the fun. We saw.
If this doesn't work, we're gonna share this with the Azure Function team and be like, "This is a haunted function, and we need you to exercise it immediately." Also, I'm gonna make sure that I'm in the right, because I have a sneaking feeling that we, for our beard demo last time, used a very similar name. So now we do have the beard demo one that we can use.
Yeah.
From a couple weeks ago, but
back up.
I don't want to use that one. I want to use this one. Okay, I'm gonna look at the output. Yeah. I think this worked this time. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all.
I don't see an error in the
I don't either.
In the console, so
let's see.
Looks good.
It's there. Okay.
Oh gosh, share your screen. We have to
I
see.
swear
We have to record proof in case it disappears again. Look at that. Look at that.
We did it right the first time. Bad Azure. Okay.
What did you do differently, Chloe?
Literally nothing.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm very
Well,
confused if this is the first one or if this is another one. Or, you know what I think it was? I think whatever was going on that one refresh, who knows? I'm going to investigate this. Okay.
well, let's click on it and make sure the code is there, not like the ghost last time.
We won't trust you. There we
Look at
go.
that. Look at that.
See, we did it completely correct and right, and we were second guessing ourselves. But now, as you all can see, it's in read-only mode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and our function is now a part of analyze beard. So it's all together
Oh,
now.
okay. So now all we have to do is, Chloe, if you want to go back to, where do you get the, we have to get the, oh, there you go. Do you see get function URL? There we go.
Yes.
So this is gonna, yeah, you can copy paste that. And what's that gonna be is gonna be our endpoint.
Yes.
So you know how we made a post request to the Face API? Well, it's kind of like Inception.
Right.
We're making a post request to a function that's also going to make a post request.
We're posting our post to get
Yeah,
posted.
posting our post to get a post.
Because we have to post the image, but we're using a post request to also post that so it's a post that posts a post. I
Yes.
think. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I copied this, and do we want to put it into Postman?
Yep. So you can, yeah, I just created, that was from last time, Emily rules.
Yes, Emily rolls good, she does. Okay. Should we do, and we'll do a new request.
Oh no,
Wait.
don't do it that way because it's going to make you name it and stuff. It's like kind of like a tab, open up a new tab on the top. Oh wait, do you see right?
This one.
No, do you see right above the?
Oh, right here. Yes, yes,
there
yes.
you go.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna put the function app link in there. And yeah, we're making a post request. Copy paste that. And then we are going to be putting something in body. And that is going to be our file. So Chloe, if you want to click body.
I'm so excited.
I know,
Okay.
me too. And the next step is to change text to file.
Okay, I feel like we need a tweet right before we do this because
Yeah,
people are going to need to see the pancake
tell
content.
me that join now to see.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna tweet it out right now. I'm gonna wait, hold on. First, for everybody tuning in live, you get to see the images that we are going to be testing this with. Now, I made a file on my desktop here called, oop, that's not it. Too many things called beard images. There we go. And here's the 3 images that I selected for very important reasons to showcase. So I'm going to do them in order of importance. Okay, so here's one. Okay, yes, I know I don't have enough iCloud storage to save this image. Okay, here is my boyfriend Ty with a very long beard. We've got that one. That one's bagel.jpg. We've got grease.jpg. We've really got some white men beard diversity here. We got this short beard here. And then most importantly, and again, Emily, very curious to see how this works this time. I assume it will give us the same information it did last time. But here's a very important picture.
That is the picture that we've been talking about this entire time.
This is the picture. Okay, hold on. Let me click. Yes, I know I don't have. Okay, hold on. One moment, please. Now I'm just clicking out of this thing so we actually can see this. There we go. Here's an image that I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to screenshot right now. Here, I'll just screenshot an image of us on this screen. But I went to Thailand with my boyfriend, and there was this machine that allowed you to take any picture that you want and get it printed as a crepe pancake thingy. And when we ran this image last time, we're like, no way is it going to pick up 2 beards. The answer may surprise you. Okay. So, you know what? Let's just do it. We've been doing it. I'm going to tweet out the picture later. I'm just so excited to do this.
Okay. Let's do it. So choose file and then.
Okay. And okay, hold on. Embarrassing amount of items on my desktop, so I'm just going to select it over here. Oops, don't go there. Here, look at that while I do this. Okay. I'm going to, y'all, it's embarrassing. I need to
You
clean
know,
my desktop.
that's so weird because I have a Windows, and when I share my screen, it doesn't show my file system when I select stuff.
And that is why everyone should buy a Windows machine because I work at Microsoft. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm using the pancake. Wait, let's do the bagel image first. We'll
Okay,
do
bagel
the
image.
least exciting one first. Okay, so I selected
Let's make
bagel.jpg.
it work.
And do I press send?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we got an internal server
Okay,
error.
let's see. We can
All
figure
right,
this
let's
out.
go to the Azure function portal.
We'll go to Azure Functions. Okay. Oh, do we need to
Oh no,
do?
I think you have to go to the actual portal, I think.
Oh,
Like
yes.
the
Okay.
yeah, the portal. Well,
Portal.
this is a perfect debugging situation. So if you encounter this,
Yes. We want to go
code,
here.
code and test, wherever the
Oh, go to
logs are.
test. Yeah. I feel like this happened to us last time too. We figured it
Yeah,
out
it
pretty
did. I think
quickly.
this ended up being dependencies. Okay, you might need to send it again because
I think you're right. Okay. Let's go back here. Send. Oops. I'm going to go to the body here. Okay.
let's
We're
see
getting
what
it.
happened.
Interesting. Okay. So it says cannot
What
find
we
module parse
okay, we
multi-part.
literally just installed that.
You know what I think it was? Because we overrid it when we synced it.
Oh,
So I think what we need to do is just do that again in here because we just overrid
yeah,
the
dependency issue.
yes. And we want to do that from Analyze Beard.
Yeah. So you guys get to watch us install. It's always dependencies, I'm telling you.
Yes. Where did we did that in where did we do that from last
Oh,
time?
console. Go to console.
Console. Wait.
You can search for
Oh, right. Console in here, not in VS Code. Because if
yeah.
we did it in VS Gotcha.
We
I
have to
follow.
like sync it again.
Okay.
Well,
This is a recap from earlier.
yeah. We get it. Nice review. So npm init-y.
Yes, the Azure ASCII art. Oops, did I do it wrong?
No, you did it right. Wait, oh, that probably just means it's already there,
Okay.
but it's fine. Okay. We can do npm install parse multipart, and there's a dash. So parse dash multipart.
I feel like, I mean, I know that we did this, but maybe it just,
I think it overwrote, like you said.
yeah. See, I'm glad that we practiced this earlier. Da, 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 da. How does Azure Cloud Function handle dependencies? Dependencies in what way? Because I think we just honestly, yeah, we overrid it. Da, 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 da. Okay, come on, parse multipart.
Let's get going.
Wait,
Oh, wait, what did it say?
your app is currently in read-only mode because you're running from a package
Oh
file.
no, we
Ah,
have to install. Okay, let's go to the portal.
yes. Okay.
Go to the VS Code portal.
Oh, VS Code portal. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, another recap we're doing in here.
Right. So I guess to recap what just happened, when you're live editing this, you kind of have to choose like one or the other. Like if you're going to kind of edit it into the portal or edit it in here. And we, in trying to show you both of them, made it a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, but
So we should have just done it in here originally. Okay. So let's see. We want to, let's see, new terminal. So we should just do it in here then.
yeah.
Okay.
npm. Oh wait, I can see the terminal too.
I don't think you can add to it though.
Oh, yeah, I think it's read only.
Install. Okay, npm install.
Oh wait,
Already
does this have a package.json file? I don't think so. Yeah, you're gonna have to do init.
does it?
I think
Yeah.
oh, it does. It does. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and do install then.
npm install. I already forgot.
Oh look, it has autocomplete.
Is it node fetch?
Yeah, well, that's one of them. We need to install too.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Exactly. Parse multipart is the next one.
Okay. npm install parse.
Look
So
at that. So
that
nice.
whole thing that we skipped through where we're like overwrite this, we just like bit ourselves in the butt and we should have just done it in here the whole time.
Yeah. We were trying to be smart and think ahead and
We were
doing the
trying to be
console.
inclusive of portal users, VS Code, when in reality, we probably should have stuck to one. Okay, and then what's the last one?
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so now we should just be able to sync this, deploy
Yeah,
it.
but yeah, I think we did manually deploy it again.
Okay, deploy to function app, analyze beard, deploy it, please. Please. Okay, it might be this.
Well, as long as it says
I
doesn't
think
give a warning, I think we're fine.
I think you're right.
As
We
long as it says like deployed successfully.
please work. We wanna eat dinner.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have a 3-hour time difference.
No, you're fine. I'm actually, for anybody who's bored after this, probably going to hop on a stream with Daniel from Bit Project a little bit later and play with some Canvas stuff. So the night
Nice.
is young. Okay, this is looking promising. So to recap what we just did, we stupidly overwrit the stuff that we did earlier. Okay,
Yeah,
this looks promising. Great. Great. Now
it should work.
it should work. Don't quote us on that. Now we should be able to run this.
Yay!
Ah, see? We did
It
it.
did
High
work.
five through the screen. So, for all of you, just because we probably made that a little bit confusing, that fancy stuff that we wrote at the beginning, all the npm installed stuff that we did earlier in the portal, just do that in VS Code. We should
Yeah,
have known that.
sure.
We actually ran into this issue the first time we ran it, but we
Yeah,
just,
we did.
in trying to be inclusive to everyone, we basically kicked ourselves in the butt. So, look at this. This image that we put in, which if you, wait, which one did we put in? Was it bagel?
We did bagel. Wait, no, did we do
Did
bagel?
we? Hold on. Now I'm totally. Oh,
Wait, it's like
bagel.jpg.
bagel, it's like bagel.
Okay, so this is the image. Let me put it side by side so people can see. Come on, little bagel, you can do it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited it worked. Okay, here's the image. And from this image, it's saying that we get the face ID. So this is the ID of this face. The face rectangle, these numbers are the numbers that are around Ty's lovely face here. Ooh, interesting. We're getting 0.9 beard, 0.9 mustache, 0.6 sideburns. Very specific. Interesting.
Those are pretty high.
Yeah, those are pretty high. Let's see. The 0.9 solid beard.
Yes.
Gotta agree. Now, y'all, what do you think? I'm gonna ask the chat real quick. We know the answer to this, of course, because we've tested it out before.
Mhm.
But this image, okay, so I'll preface this by saying the reason that I had to use cosplay images for my Mario Kart astrology project was because it couldn't pick up animated faces. So or I should say cartoon faces. So when Emily and I first ran this, I was like, no way. It's only going to pick up the one face. Now, the answer may surprise you. Shall we try it with the
Yes,
pancake
we
face?
shall.
The thing we've been teasing the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. We're going here. We've got our thing here. I'm choosing a different file, which is pancake.jpg, and
We
I'm
have some
sending
good
it.
guesses. Before you send it,
Oh, yes.
you're gonna display some guesses.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I wonder if it will find 2 beards. Interesting. Someone says, I think it will only find 1 beard, but because you're asking
Mhm.
us, I feel like it's a trick question. We did tease this very hardcore, so
Yeah.
I
I mean, I
understand that.
think we've hyped it up too much for it to not.
Or did we use reverse psychology? No, we didn't.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Send. Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh. So imagine our shock, y'all. Here, let me make this a little bigger. When we ran this the first time and we were like, why are we getting 2? Wait, did it get 2 face
Yes,
IDs?
it's 2 faces, 2 faces. Look at that. You
So
see 2 face attributes, and
based
yeah.
on so we can kind of decipher this, and this is what we did last time when we did this. So these coordinates are going to be let's see, someone says, wait, can we make sure it's not a fluke? Could you try a picture of a pancake with no beard? Yeah, let's do that after this
Yeah,
one.
that's a great idea.
Great idea. I'm genuinely curious. I bet it will. So yeah, if it detects a pancake beard, that is a nicely trained model. I agree. So this is a great I promise this isn't a hashtag ad for Microsoft, although I work there. But yeah, it is a really, really great, I guess because, and I will say this, y'all, because this isn't a drawing, this is an image that was turned into a pancake, that may be why.
Mhm.
But it has like all the attributes of an image. That would be my guess.
Well, I guess that means that if you have like realistic art, then it might work.
Ooh, maybe let's try one of those. We'll do the pancake after this.
Okay.
And then as a finale, we can try some very realistic art.
So
Yeah,
which
so
face?
someone's saying which face is which. So let's see. So the numbers here pertain to the different areas. Sorry, I'm trying to make this bigger for y'all. So if this one is top, so let's see, top 100, top 372. So I'm going to assume that the one with, yeah, so this one, since the number is higher on the top number, that's going to be Ty's face up here, which has a, oh no, is that correct?
I think it is.
I think
But
it
with
is too.
higher confidence, probably the real
It's
face.
funny that these numbers are different, even though it's technically the same face, but I guess like beard intensity is also determined in a way by color, maybe like how
That's
intense a beard is
possible.
grown in. Um,
Yeah, the pancake does have a bigger beard. That's a good point.
yeah, that's true. Huh. Wait, let's figure this out. So if the face rectangle, I'm trying to think numbers in my head of like, I have dyscalculia, y'all, so my numbers are not great with like correlations in my head, but I think you're right. I think that the top 732 left would, other than 100, I think that is correct. So let's try just the, I'll do a screenshot of the pancake. Oh my gosh, what if it does the face on his shirt?
I don't think that's possible. It's kind of like pretty much covered.
Yeah, top is left. So coordinate, then the top 100 is probably the real face. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is the top one would be interesting. So it does think, that is interesting that the mustache, wait, is that true? Okay, well, let's try it with the other one. And here, I'm going to just upload the image over here. Enjoy this picture. This is so funny because unless my boyfriend's downstairs listening, I don't think he actually knows we're
Are
using a
you
data
sure?
set of him. Wouldn't be. He's also my fake boyfriend in the fake boyfriend app, so he's used to this kind of notoriety. Okay, I'm just finding the screenshot real quick. So here, to give you an idea of what I'm using here, I'm using just this. And
Okay,
now,
let's send it over.
my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. So it is, yeah, I think that the pancake is stronger than the actual human.
Wow. I mean, like someone said, it's the beard on the pancake is bigger.
It is bigger. Yeah. Which is funny because we took this picture same day, I want to say. Okay, let's try a very realistic image. What image should we use that's really realistic? Let's see. I'm just going to Google very realistic painting.
I mean, some of those paintings are like they just look like pictures. So, I mean, if the Facie API can detect based off of a pancake,
Let's see. Here's some I searched very realistic painting. But how do we know these realistic paintings aren't humans?
that's true.
Okay, we'll find one that's kind of in the middle. Like,
The
what if we
Mona
did
Lisa.
Mona Lisa? Let's do that. Okay. Who's playing Animal Crossing in the chat? I'm going to be streaming more Animal Crossing stuff too soon. And I got the Mona Lisa artworks recently. Let's see. What should we use? Which one should we use? This first
I think
one.
it's fine. That one looks good.
Okay. Mona Lisa. It's not .html. Okay. Miss Lisa.
That's nice name.
Okay. Now I'm going to open Postman. And okay, now I'm genuinely curious. I'm surprised we didn't do this before. Where's
Yeah.
Miss Lisa? Okay, hold on. Let me find Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa. I can spell. There we go. Miss Lisa.jpg. Okay. I'm gonna send it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, because we're returning beard and mustache. We didn't
So
return anything that it
zero,
would
zero,
return,
zero.
so it
Yeah.
did recognize it. We just have, so it does really realistic painting. So this is interesting, y'all, because I this works as this works how I would assume it to, that like faces that look really close to a face could get detected, which means it's a pretty good, like, this is a good API. Not to
Mhm.
toot my own horn here. But when I, for example, was looking through and doing stuff like Princess Peach, so it's not going to, for example, be able to analyze a very realistic 3D art rendering of Princess Peach. So today
Unfortunately.
I was not expecting, I guess it wasn't that I wasn't expecting it to work, but I guess because I had in my brain that I had to do that workaround for the Mario Kart, but there is no real Princess Peach. So
I don't
maybe
know.
that,
I was just really surprised by the pancake because there's like
yeah. Let's do one more that's maybe a little more, what would be like a good, I'm trying to think of a meme or something, that's kind of an artsy looking, like, I guess there's a fine line between what is drawn and what is realistic. Like maybe the anchors that have to be really strong. Because I will say, for example, when I was doing this, let's see, Dev2 article that used the Mario Kart astrology,
Mhm.
there were certain images. Let's see, astrology. So there were certain images that I did with the Face API. So for example, scrolling down here, this image I was able to get information from, which I was actually kind of
Wow.
surprised about because this
How
person is wearing,
intelligent you are.
but you know what? It identified that as glasses. So, but whenever I would find like, well, I'm not going to do a search for cosplay live on this stream because who knows what'll pop up. But in some of the images that I searched of different characters, it wouldn't be able to detect because of face paint and different things like that. So I think we
Mhm.
learned a really interesting thing about the Face API today, which if anybody in Bit Project or anybody looking to use the Microsoft Face API, like your mileage will kind of vary with a non-human face, but it is possible. Like
Yeah.
realistic art, like maybe
Mhm.
art from a certain century, maybe not Picasso,
Yeah,
definitely
that
not
that might be
Picasso,
a little stretch.
and definitely not, more cartoonish things. But I would say anything. So my theory here, Emily, is
Mhm.
it recognized the pancake because the pancake was literally printed based off of an image.
Yeah.
And then I would say for anybody looking to like test out a fun project, I may even do this myself, play around with realistic images to see, maybe this is a good detection to see how realistic an image is. Possible,
Oh, that's a
possible.
possible use case, yeah.
But you could also, I mean, but it would really depend. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more, y'all, over the next week because I'm genuinely curious, like, what would stump it? Because I know for a fact that certain cosplay images definitely stumped it. Like, for example, if someone's dressed up as Bowser and they have like stuff over their cheeks and it makes it really obvious that they're like non-human.
Mhm.
But I just love the idea that if we got a really good artist, a pancake artist, if you will, they could figure it out. But we did it. We did the thing. And we found out that Mona
Amazing.
Lisa does not have sideburns, a
Yeah, she
mustache,
does not have any facial hair at all.
at least ones we can't detect. Does anybody in the chat have an image that they want us to try it with? Because let's see, try with the face of a robot, a non-human face. I don't think it would
Yeah,
do that. Like, actually, let's just try an image of either Haley Joel Osment or Robin Williams as Bicentennial Man. Because I bet, like, you probably don't know this movie, Emily. This is like came out before. So, like, here's Robin Williams in Bicentennial Man. It's just for fun. Try this one because it has both Robin Williams and Robin Williams the robot in it. I'm going to say yes.
I think yes. I'm guessing yes.
Okay, I'm going to save this to my desktop. YOLO.
Why not?
And we're going to try it out. We have not tested this out. We have no idea if this will work. I am
First
genuine.
attempt.
Curious. Okay, here we go. Fun fact, my mom dated Robin Williams. True story.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
God, wait. It
It
worked.
did.
It
Okay.
worked. It worked.
Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit here if I can. Okay, it's going to be fussy with me. Let me go like this. Okay. So we got one here. Let me Okay, interesting. So
No facial hair for the first.
no facial
Wait.
hair on either of them. Okay,
Oh, wait,
interesting,
a
but
little bit.
a little bit on the wait, which one did it think it had facial hair in then? I'm looking at the image again. I need to figure out the numbers on this thing. Wait, wrong image. Bringing the image back. Okay, this is the image. Let me get everything sorted here. And it's saying, let me look at the chat here. I bet we have. Da, 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 da. Yeah, if it has a pancake two-dimensional, then I expect that a three-dimensional robot that resembles a human. Yes, good hypothesis there.
Mhm.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Maybe it's detecting. So okay, I want to figure out these numbers because top 106, yeah, that makes sense. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, y'all, and correct me if I'm wrong, Emily, but I think this one is, wait, this is confusing because there's one, okay, this one's lower than this one. So I believe the one that's detecting the 0.1, which one is it? Who do we think it is?
I think it's the real Robin Williams.
Top left. I'm like trying to picture the graph in my mind. Top left. Yeah,
Height.
because it would be lower. The top would be lower than the other one. So I believe it's saying that it thinks that the shading on the robot is the beard, right? I think
I
that's
guess
what
so. That does make sense.
this is wild. Okay. I bet, you know what's really funny though? I bet in this image here, it wouldn't detect any faces. Okay, fascinating. Should we try one more? Does anybody, the top is likely Robin Williams. Yeah, I think so too, because the top is the higher number. So that definitely makes sense. Let me think of one other. What's the Haley Joel Osment movie where AI, Haley Joel Osment, the only movie, I don't know how to spell his name. I'll just put Osment. Great film, made me cry. Where is he as a robot? Oh, he's too realistic of a robot. He just looks like himself as a robot. What are some robots?
What if you try an alien like ET?
Ooh, yeah, maybe you'll just think it's a wrinkly old man.
Well,
E.T.
definitely no
alien.
facial hair.
Which one should we use? This one? Oh my gosh. I feel like it won't, right? Because the shape is so odd, but let's try it. Okay, how
Try
about this
close up like that one. Yeah,
this
that
one?
one.
I love E.T. You picked a great example. E.T. feature. Okay. And let's think of one more. We'll just do them back to back. E.T. and
Yoda.
Yoda? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's do Wait, yeah, Yoda, and we can do Baby Yoda as a finale. That'll be what we close on. Okay, which Yoda should we use? Let's do this one.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm genuinely like, will it think that it's just someone wearing a costume? Who knows? We will in a second. And then we need a really cute baby. For Baby Yoda, I'm going to say no because the eyes don't look as human-like
Yeah, I
as
think
real
they're a little bit too big, you know?
Baby Yoda. Like, I
Humanness.
like, which one do we use? How about this one that's like, you talking to me? I think the face is too different on this one.
Yeah.
So
Like Yoda, maybe. Like you can see the features.
I want to do like Chewbacca if this works.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Oh, wait. What about C3PO?
oh, that's a good idea. I feel like, hold on, let me look at an image. No way. That's not going to
Yeah,
work.
no, no. It wouldn't.
Okay. So let's do, okay. E.T. I'm going to say no. Well, I don't know. What do y'all think in the chat? I'm going to say no for ET. I'm going to send it.
Yep.
Nothing. Okay,
Yep.
we were right.
You
We were
would.
right. Expected, as expected. I think the face is just a little too odd
Squash.
shaped, like a mask. Because it has to still have the general shape. Okay, Yoda. I feel like this is gonna work. Call me crazy, but I think Yoda's gonna work.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Oh
Ah, okay.
no, that's so sad.
I'm gonna assume Baby Yoda is not gonna work. Okay, not gonna work either. Okay, but to end on a high note, let's pick someone from the Star Wars universe to analyze their face. Let's see, Star Wars cast. We can just analyze beards.
All of them.
Everybody in the image. Let's see. Let's find a good one. Should we do like a vintage one? When do they have some good beards?
Original movies.
How about? You know what? I guess not a lot of Star Wars people have beards. Oh my gosh, Chewbacca though. Okay, let's try Chewbacca, then we'll do a
Yeah,
good
let's
shot.
try
That's how we'll
Chewbacca.
end. By the way, y'all, I bought a Chewbacca Furby, and it's a Furbacca, and I'm obsessed with it. Okay, what do you think the beard
Wow.
detection is going to be on this?
One.
I'm trying to find one where his eyes are open, so we really get the anchors on the eyes, because I'm not assuming it'll work. How about this?
That looks good.
This is a total impromptu, unplanned.
I mean, I feel like maybe.
Maybe
You know?
like a really, it could be a really, it's the nose, maybe. That's, I don't
I
know.
mean, like the general face shape is the same.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
We've
out on a
been
limb.
wrong before, though. We'll see.
Yeah, we have been very wrong. Oh my gosh, I'm actually really excited for this. Ah, okay,
No.
fine. Okay, how about this?
Wait,
Let's
why
do
don't
this.
you search up
Actor who
Chewbacca
plays him.
costume? Chewbacca Halloween costume? Maybe it'll have like more human.
Save image as. Let's see, Chewie, and so this is Chewie and the actor who plays him. Okay, let's try this. Chewie actor. Send. Da, 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 da. Okay.
Okay, well, there's only
This one.
one. Yeah.
So we're getting this non-Chewbacca human. So I think I understand why. I think it's because it's entirely made of hair. And it's probably like overloading.
No, they probably just don't like train that, you know, train
Yeah.
that in the machine learning algorithm.
Well, I guess this says to me, Emily, that a future project for us is to train. Actually, okay. I think I just came up with an idea. So we're going to be doing streams on the Bit Project stream on Mondays after the lectures are done. And I was thinking, what project would be good for Lorena and I to work on? I'm thinking building a machine learning set with Yoda and Chewbacca images to detect if it's actually Yoda or Chewbacca is a strong contender now. Because clearly,
Wait, that'd actually be really fun.
we need to know this information because we do not have the data. But as we can see here, very low index on, okay, now let's find for our final trick, for our last trick, and then we're going to let Emily go do her homework or whatever it is that she needs to do. I'm going to find an image, so let's see, Star Wars cast, I don't think anybody really has a beard except for, okay, this one definitely, okay. This is a good image because this is a beard right here.
Yeah, we can
Out of
identify
4
faces.
faces. But I'm trying to see if there's like a group shot. I guess like they were pretty clean shaven back in the day, in the Star Wars days.
I really can't think of anyone.
Can't either. Okay. We're just going to use this. Okay. So this is Mark Hamill. And we've got, of course, we're not going to get any beard detection from Princess Leia here.
Mm-hmm.
Da 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 da. Now and then Star Wars cast actors. I could honestly just play all day with the Face API, like detecting various things. Okay, let's see. What did we name that one? Okay, we should get 4 faces back. We should have done a bun detection. That's not a thing. Okay, we've got 1,
2.
Clearly the, okay, interesting. That's clearly Mark Hamill.
3, 4.
Wait, did we get 4?
I think so.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we only got beard in one of them, which is this one right here. That makes sense. So works on fictional characters. Just yeah, people at home, play with it. Like folks who are doing the lecture with Bit Project, check it out. Tell us what you find, because now I'm genuine. Well, first of all, gonna be working on my data set of Yoda images, because I mean, if the Face API cannot detect Yoda images, we need to build something, Emily. And you
Yeah,
know what? You got to
that
join us on the stream.
we can add like a section onto the Face API where you can request
Oh my gosh.
specifically for.
We'll make a baby Yoda set and a Yoda set. Actually, this is really interesting too, because I had thought I have another Yoda project, Emily. This may be, I think this stream has inspired what the rest of the streams after next week's lecture may be,
Uh-huh.
because similarly, I've been wanting to do a Twitter bot, a Yoda Twitter bot, that if you tweet at it, it'll like reverse your words like Yoda talks. So I feel like there's an opportunity
That is
for
awesome.
extensive deep dive in Yoda coding.
You can just have like a whole Yoda portfolio of like
Oh, we
everything.
should have done it with Yaddle, but something tells me Yaddle would not have
Okay, if
detected a
Yoda
face.
didn't.
But I tune in soon, I would say, for I feel like this is the beginning of a beautiful deep dive into what the Face API can detect and what it can't. Because now I want to go through and play with like, okay, what if we use Pixar character? I mean, probably not a Pixar character because it's a 3D rendering, right? But like, I'm going to
Mhm.
try to think of more realistic type, I don't know, animations, drawings, things that we can run the Face API through. I love this idea of realistic art
I
detector.
think Pixar is a little bit too exaggerated.
I think so too. I just watched Tangled last night and their eyes, I mean, I have really big eyes, y'all, but like Disney eyes are very, very big. Okay, we did it. We did the thing. It worked. So exciting. We even debugged it live, which I'm very proud of us.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's more rewarding than copy pasting code that, works. Other than like we can like show them what actually happens.
So hopefully, you all learned something today. I know I personally, Emily, learned that you cannot detect Yodas with the Face API. However, you can detect pancakes.
Yeah, that's very big takeaway.
We also learned, what did we do? We made an Azure function. We use the Face API. We talked a bunch about keeping all of our tokens and various auth things secure. We covered a
Mhm.
lot of ground in this stream.
Definitely.
Not bad for Not bad for a Monday night. I had to check. I was like, is it Monday? I have to check. Okay, high five through the screen, Emily. And Bit Project students or anybody who's tuning in and has any questions about this, we of course have the links down here below. So
Yeah.
aka.ms/bitprojectface. Great. Hold on. Let me actually get my mouse working here. Great resource to get started with that. We also have, going to the banners here, aka.ms/bitprojectfunctions to play around with the functions. And then we also have this GitHub here, which I dropped in the chat earlier, but I will also drop along
That's a
to
whole course you can take if you want to.
entire course. Here,
Yeah.
let me show the lovely people what that looks like, because it is a beautiful learning lab that let me clear off all these images of Yoda.
And if you didn't catch on anything during the live stream, and if you don't want to like go watch the whole 2-hour video again, there's like a written version of everything we talked about. And it's a step-by-step walkthrough if you want to test out the Face API too.
Yes, I'm dropping this link in all of the chats. But yeah, what we literally just went through is a GitHub Learning Lab course. You can go through all of it. Maybe you're like, oh, I only partially understand what they did there because they had to go back and reinstall their dependencies. Guess what? We have this module for you. So check this out. It's also got our objectives for the different weeks that we're doing for this course. And you can catch up on the previous week. You can
Yep.
get ahead on the next week. And yeah. Any parting words before we go?
Parting words is go play with the Face API.
Go play
Really.
with the Face API. Also, just if you're looking to just get your feet wet with it, again, these modules, great way to get started. Tell us what works and what doesn't. I'm genuinely curious to know what bizarre things we can detect with the Face API.
Yeah,
Now that we
that's
know this
crazy.
loophole, I'm like, I was pleasantly surprised when this pancake was detected. So, all right, that will be our stream for today. Maybe hopping on a little bit later with Daniel, so check it out. But Emily, thank you so much for joining today.
Thank
And
you for joining.
oh my gosh, I learned a lot. I feel like the people at home learned a lot. The bid
Yeah.
project people learned a lot. And reach out to us if you need any help. We're here to
Mhm.
help. All right, signing off. Bye, everyone.
Bye.